to my kitchen at Awakened Taste. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make sauerkraut in your own kitchen with a 48 cents per pound cabbage. Right now they're on sale at my grocery store. It's a great time of year to pick up a cabbage. And there are so many health benefits to cabbage as well as to sauerkraut, which we're going to make today. So cabbage is, again, just like the cauliflower was last week, part of the cruciferous vegetable family, and this family is known for its cancer-fighting properties, so definitely a good thing to add into your diet in this day and age. Cabbage is also high in vitamin C, potassium, calcium, folic acid, the list goes on and on. So it's a great vegetable to have every day. A lot of people don't like raw cabbage because it can be kind of hard to digest for some people, but by fermenting it, we're actually pre-digesting the food and adding a lot of great probiotics to our diet. Cabbage has a property in it that actually helps heal the gut from leaky gut syndrome and helps fight ulcers. So if you do have a problem with ulcers or any type of stomach issue or digestion issue in the small intestine, cabbage can be a great food for that. Okay, so here we go. We have our cabbage and our ball jar. This is the most important thing, definitely, to store your sauerkraut in. We want a jar that's made of glass. It can be a colored glass or a clear glass. When we store it, we're going to keep it in a cupboard that's away from the light anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it's clear or colored. But we're going to pack this thing full of cabbage. So here we go. So I'm just going to shave down the side the cauliflower as if I was making coleslaw. So same process there. You can also use a mandolin and grate the head over the blade there. Okay, now I'm just going to take my handfuls of my cabbage and pack it into the jar so that we don't have any large air gaps in there. All right, pack it in there. So cabbage was brought over to the Americas, by the Germans, and it ferments with lactic acid, which also contains lactobacillus, and that's great, again, for the intestines. Great probiotic, keeps us healthy. Over 70% of our immune system is actually in our gut, so by incorporating fermented foods into our diet, we're doing ourselves a great benefit as far as immunity, especially in the cold and flu season. So I'm going to add a little bit more garlic to my mix because I love the flavor of garlic in my sauerkraut. And it doesn't matter if it's on top, in the middle, at the bottom, it's just going to add flavor all around. Now the other things I'm going to add for flavor are mustard powder, maybe a teaspoon. I never measure anything, I just kind of dump it in and see how it goes. I haven't failed yet, so good deal. And the other thing I like to add is caraway seeds. Now, you might not like the flavor of caraway seeds. It's not very strong in the sauerkraut, but it does add a pretty good flavor. You could also add some chili flakes if you liked it a little spicy, a little spice in your life. So just a few caraway seeds on top adds a great flavor. And then the magic happens with the salt and the vinegar. So the salt helps to keep bad bacteria at bay. So I like to use all natural sea salt. This doesn't have any caking agent in it, so we're avoiding some chemicals by using a sea salt. Again, I'm not going to measure, but we need about a teaspoon of salt. Good. And then about, a tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar. This gives it great flavor and helps kickstart the fermentation process. Okay, now we fill it up with water, seal it up, and stick it on the shelf. Okay, the last step in the process is to add some clean filtered water to our cabbage. And we want to fill this up until we see the water level rise to about halfway, 3/4 of the way. I got a little full, but doesn't matter too much. You will actually get more liquid out of there once the fermentation process starts. So my water level is right about here. I'm going to seal it up with the lid. Give it a good shake. awesome, that's all it takes. We have cabbage ready to be fermented. We're going to store this in the cupboard for 3 to 5 days. After about 5 days, especially in the winter when it's a little bit colder, check it. You'll see bubbles start to form, you'll see the lid start to bulge, and at that point you can open it up, give it a good smell, and if it's ready to go, put it in the fridge and you've got homemade sauerkraut. Super cheap, super easy, cheers to your health, full of probiotics. Way to go, cabbage. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.